Hello everyone, how are you today? Before we start talking about our subtopic, let's talk about the case of a study of Domino's Pizza crisis communication strategy. So let's start with some question that I think the first, what impact does social media have on public relation practice, particularly crisis communication and also reputation management? The second is how significant is it for the organization today to monitor content on social media site, including hashtags and other signs of internal and external dialogue. So let's start with Maria Paula. What do you think about that?
Well, socially has totally shaken things up, especially when it refers to dealing with crisis. And I think here's how. First of all, faster and further, because with social media, you can reach a huge audience in just a minute. Another one is talking it out because you can express yourself with your customers, keeping it real, be honest, and being yourself is really important. Heads up, being constantly checking up the conversation in social also can prevent like a huge issue. You can spot the problem before it could get bigger. Building a good name, uh, like showing a good side of you in social media is so important. And finally, planning the words, because if you have a plan referring to crisis, it could be easier to resolve it.
Thank you, Marapala. Also, the impact of social media and public relations practices, crisis communication, and reputation management is very profound. Organizations today must recognize the significance of monitoring content on social media sites and including hashtags and other signs of internal and external dialogue to effectively navigate the digital landscape and protect their brand image.
Well, from the perspective of crisis communicator concerned with social media, what else could Domino's have done or maybe say to prove with that its key message are honest or true? And what other message could Domino's have delivered? What do you think, Felipe?
Well, from social media crisis communication perspective, Domino's could have implement additional strategies to demonstrate the sincerity of his key message during the viral crisis. These strategies include showcasing employee training and policy changes to emphasize commitment to food safety. Also, sharing behind the scenes content to enhance transparency and authenticity. Leveraging customer testimonials and feedback to reinforce quality messages. Hosting interactive Q&A sessions for real-time communication with stakeholders and engaging in community initiatives related to food safety to portray corporate responsibility and rebuild trust and credibility.
Well, I think you're totally right, Felipe. And well, I mean, like in other on other hand, in terms of like other messages that Domino's could have delivered, I think they could have like kind of emphasized on things like, for example, first of all, apology and accountability. Like reiterating a kind of sincere apology and taking like full accountability for the situation, along with the commitment to rectify the issues and prevent future problems. Second of all, for me, quality assurance, communicating a quality assurance measures and also processes in place to ensure the safety and also the integrity of their products. And I think another important thing could be like customer-centric approach, a customer-centric approach, because emphasizing a customer-centric approach and a kind of like a dedication to meeting customer expectations and feedback, for me, it's really an important thing. So by implementing these additional strategies and messages, I think Domino's could have had demonstrated also the sincerity of their key messages and strengthened their reputation in the eye of stakeholders and, well, people in general during the crisis. I don't know, Maria, what do you think about that?
No, I totally agree. But another thing I want to know is what other types of traditional media and social media could Domino's have used to reach its stakeholders?
Well, certainly Domino's Pizza could have utilized a variety of traditional media and also social media channels to communicate with its stakeholders during this crisis. For example, in traditional media, they could have leveraged television, radio, also print media, and there is press releases, I think. In and also in terms of social media, they could have used platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, maybe TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, online forums. Other is, well, it's not recently, but blogs, email newsletter, and in this moment, podcast. This is to reach diverse audience and also have an effectively convey key messages with this kind of crisis. So I think these are como these are the kind of traditional and social media they have.
Yeah, I think you're completely right, you know. And I would like to give kind of a question into the air, like for Maria, for example. Do you think are there any of other conclusions that you can draw from this incident?
Yes, for sure. This whole Domino's video mess showed us a really big lesson, and is that in today's digital world, we have to be ready for anything before it happens. Social media can turn like a small issue into a big meltdown super fast, and companies need a plan to deal with it. And here is how I think we have to be ready, be prepared with a social media crisis plan, listen up, checking online conversation all the time, and be honest, being yourself. And if something goes wrong, we can talk with our community with the trust, with the truth. Sorry.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the topic that we need to present, the benefits of music in second language learning. Each of us has something to develop, and so please tell me about it.
Well, I really would like to talk about the benefits in pronunciation and intonation. Music is a fantastic tool for improving our pronunciation and our intonation in a new language. By singing along to songs, you repeat words and phrases, and you are helping your brain grasp the sounds of the new language. So these repetitions helps pronunciation and listening skills, making language learning more enjoyable and more efficient at the same time. On the other hand, just listening to music in the target language train your ear to recognize sounds and at the same time improve pronunciation.
Yes, I think that makes sense. So, I have a question. Does it improve pronunciation?
Yes, absolutely. Studies have shown that singing songs in a new language can lead to a better pronunciation and also can get new vocabulary.
Okay.
Well, I think that sounds really amazing, you know, Maria, because like music, it's really beneficial for language learning. So I think it's a really interesting, like, kind of subtopic.
Yes, and it can make learning a new language feel less like a chore.
That sounds great, guys. And do you know that motivation and emotion has a huge impact of learning a new language using music? This helps to create a positive emotion, improving the mood of the students. Also improves concentration, engaging the task without distractions. Reduces stress and anxiety levels, allowing the students to approach their lessons clear and open-minded. Also improves memory, developing the ability to retain important information and details. So who else would like to talk about the research?
Me. See, it's important to know that not all music, not all genre, it's suitable for learning a new language. Well, can music provide insights for people's daily life? For example, expression or maybe popular saying, and the other is onomatopoeia, and also cultural values. We need to be selective of the genre that we select, because different music genres can help on focus on a language learning. For example, Chinese pop music expose us to everyday expression of the daily life of the people, whereas Beijing opera use metaphors, and the other are proverbs. So the same applies to the all the language, and we should choose music styles that align with our learning goals. So it's important to be selective of the kind of music that we need to talk to try to learn.
Well, I think, Laura, that's really amazing. And well, although that's true, I think another topic we must cover is that music can help us develop like really also a wide range of soft and also complex skills, such as memory and retention of information processes, because it has been proven that music increases important psychological processes such as memory, concentration, attention, but in a more enjoyable way, which is also really a kind of a more effective way of learning, because parts as the auditory cortex or frontal lobe or cerebellum, there are parts that are related with memory and also retention of information. And these parts of the brain are activating through music. So these parts of the brain are also related to motivation, which is a killer thing in learning, because music can not only help us learn new languages, but also increases motivation, decreases anxiety, which are also factors and reasons why people sometimes are kept away from learning a new language. So I don't know if anyone else of you has anything else to say about this, because I think it's been really really nice and amazing to know whatever and everything you have to say today.
Well, no, I think everything we just said is really important and really interesting. And we have a really good topic. We just have to know how to defend it. And I think that's it. It was like a really good reunion. And I'm happy to see you guys.
Thank you,
Happy to see
guys.
all of you guys. So let's wrap it up.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Have a
Bye.
good night.